Formula One, the most prestigious event in motorsport and the pinnacle of engineering excellence. It is the highest class of single-seater auto racing, a global motorsport championship comprised of a series of races known as Grand Prix held throughout the year at circuits all over the world. F1 teams compete using high-tech and specially designed race cars, and the championship is won by the driver with the most points at the end of a season, based on their results from each race. F1 is known for its speed, cutting-edge technology, attracting some of the biggest names in motorsport and one of the largest global audiences for a single-day sporting event. Organizing 10 teams to participate in 23 races across 20 different countries within a span of 9 months is commonly regarded as a logistical nightmare. To add to the complexity, each participating team is required to travel around 160,000 kilometers or 100,000 miles to move between race locations, which is comparable to completing 4 circumnavigations of the Earth. The expenses involved in transporting a Formula One team from one race to another can differ, but it's currently projected to surpass $10 million per team for a single season. So, by doing a bit of quick math, it is estimated that teams will collectively spend over $100 million for the 2023 Formula One calendar on logistics alone. Various factors contribute to the overall cost of moving a Formula One team from one race to another. These factors include the transportation of equipment and personnel, as well as the costs of lodging and accommodation, food and catering, and local logistics. Additionally, these expenses of setting up a team's garage, race space, and motorhome at each race circuit also adds to the overall cost of competing in the championship. The team's equipment and personnel must be assembled and operational within 48 hours of arrival on site, ready for the weekend to begin. So, let's take a look at what's involved for the transportation of equipment and personnel. Moving the entire Formula One operation from one venue to another is similar to a military operation in terms of its precision and attention to detail. The transportation of Formula One cars, engines, parts, communication, equipment, spares, and personnel is a critical component of the championship, and any delays or errors can have a significant impact on a team's performance. A single error in the logistics process can result in lost time, missed opportunities, and ultimately a lost race. Moving a Formula One team's equipment from one race venue to another involves various modes of transportation, including air, sea, and land, to ensure that everything arrives at the next destination on time. Teams typically have a tight turnaround time of around 3 days to transport their equipment, unpack it, set up their facilities, and prepare for the next race. Each Formula One team typically has around 100 personnel who travel to every race, along with approximately 50 to 60 tons of cargo. This means that the teams and their logistics partners must move a total of approximately 600 tons of freight for every race, requiring 6 to 7 Boeing 747 jumbo cargo planes with a capacity of around 100 tons per aircraft. In addition to air freight, up to 300 trucks are used to transport equipment by road for the European races, carrying up to 400 tons of cargo combined. To ensure that the cargo is constantly in motion, each truck is manned by a team of 3 drivers who take turns driving in shifts. This means that the cargo is always on the move and that there are no unnecessary stops or rest breaks. The only time the truck stops is for refueling or other necessary maintenance tasks. And just as a quick fun fact, if all of the trucks were put together, they would form a convoy longer than 5 kilometers. This massive logistical operation is required to move the entire Formula One circus from country to country, and the teams and personnel involved spend up to 200 days on the road each year to keep the championship running smoothly. As the official logistics partner of Formula One, DHL is responsible for ensuring that everything is transported to each race venue on time, regardless of the challenges involved. Flyaway races, which take place in countries such as Australia, Malaysia, Japan, China, Bahrain, Abu Dhabi, Singapore, the USA, Mexico, and Canada, require even more planning and coordination due to the longer distances and more complex logistics involved. To keep costs down and ensure timely delivery of non-critical items such as promotional materials and non-essential equipment, these items are typically packed into custom containers and shipped by sea freight. This method of transportation is less expensive than air freight and can help to free up space and reduce costs for the more critical items that must be transported by air. Obviously, the most critical piece of equipment for each Formula One team is of course the car itself. Before being transported, the car is typically partially disassembled to make it easier to pack and transport. This usually involves removing the engine, gearbox, mirrors, suspension parts, and the front and rear wings, which are then carefully packed into their own foam-lined boxes to prevent damage during transportation. Once all of the critical components have been disassembled, they are packed into custom-made cargo crates designed to fit into the cargo hold of the chartered cargo planes, and off they go. F1 teams are comprised of some of the best engineers, designers, and technicians in the world, and they are tasked with building and maintaining the high-performance machines that compete in each Grand Prix. The cars are designed to be fast, maneuverable, with cutting-edge technology and aerodynamics playing a crucial role in determining a team's success. The races themselves are held at some of the most challenging and iconic circuits in the world, each offering its own unique set of challenges. From the tight turns of Monaco to the high-speed straights of Monza, F1 drivers must possess a combination of speed, skill, and endurance to succeed. Formula One is more than just a sport. It's a showcase of the best in engineering, design, and technology. It's a celebration of speed, precision, and skill, and its prestige and glamour have made it one of the largest and most popular sporting events in the world. We're achieving the level of precision and efficiency required for the smooth operation of such a complex event is dependent on the implementation of a well-structured logistics plan. Without a comprehensive plan in place, it would not be the spectacle that it is today.